So good afternoon, YouTube. It's been a while. I've had to take a couple of weeks off, do some evaluating. I was fatigued, I was mentally exhausted. So my apologies that there hasn't been uploads Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I'd used all the stock, and with my abroad demonstrating and teaching, it just cut away into that stock, and I had none left to publish. So I do plan on getting that sorted out, but in the meantime I've been involved in a move, and trying to get that place ready and get the camera up and running. Just a little bit overwhelming on every front while still trying to demonstrate in the UK and teach in the UK. So it leads me perfectly on to this video with hypersensitivity, because every medium I know is going through it or has been through it, and what we can do to help ourselves get through that motion when all sensitivity is expanded, and can play havoc with one's mind. So you have to understand, as a medium, when you're first developing, you're finding this whole new sensory realm as such. You're looking for more detail in vision. You're trying to hear for sound. Everything is expanded at an unbelievable rate, and we don't know how to deal with that. We don't know what we need to do or how we get through that process. We don't know why we're so sensitive. We don't know why we're getting upset at the silliest things. We don't know why we're feeling really, really down at the moment. And in this video, that's what I plan to try and ease you through it, because it is something that I go through on a very regular basis. And the moment it's highlighted, I implement a change to try and bring back some normality in my world. So let's take my recent trip, for example. I'm currently going through the move and decorating the property. And in amongst all of that, I had a week where I had to fly out to Italy. And when you go into that kind of environment, there will be this heightened state of awareness. I'm working, I'm using my sensitivity on every level, but it doesn't switch off. I get up in the morning, I go to teach, or I go to demonstrate, or I go to do sit-ins, and in that process I need my sensitivity as heightened as I have trained myself to be. And then in the evening, when the day is done, I shut down, I go to sleep, and then wake up and do it all again. I do this for a week. And then you come home, and the same problems that you left here are still here. The same joys that you left are still here. Everything is just put on pause for a moment. And so when we walk back into that environment, it can hit us like a brick wall. And we don't know what to do, or we don't know how to handle it, because we've been in this manufactured energy almost of being very spiritual, and bringing the joy and the love that the spirit world bring during teaching, during workshops, during demonstrations, during sit-ins. So the first thing we do is we start to feel down, and people's words start to hurt, or we're not dealing with situations correctly. Relationships can be affected, whether that be friends or family or even loved ones. Because you're in a heightened state, and you're reacting to the littlest things that have never bothered you before, but now they are. And it is simply because you've been in that manufactured energy in your workshop, at your circle, at your work, whatever it is, whatever level you're at, from beginner right the way through to the utmost professional in this line of work, will all encounter that state of hypersensitivity. So as I arrive back from Italy, I'm still in amongst the move, and I'm still decorating, and I've still got to do the sit-ins, and I've still got to do my mentorship and my workshops and my church demonstrations and my ticket demonstrations, and it all feels like it's just coming at you at once. And I've been away, and you're in the mountain, which you saw a video of, and you're in the wildlife, you're in nature, and you just feel like the weight has lifted off of you. And then you come back to your hometown, and all of a sudden everything just bang, 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 bang. The phone don't stop. You've got hundreds and hundreds of emails to go through. And it all just feels a little bit too much, and so you start reacting, you start going a little bit introvert, maybe a little bit quiet, or maybe extrovert, and start shouting when you're not usually a shouting person. And so we have to lay it out very plainly and very simply. What is it in this reality that I am going through right now that is grating against me so much? And the answer will always be your sensitive levels. So how sensitive are you? Where is it? And what can you do to implement the change? So I discovered that I love the nature. I love being outside, and I love the peace and the quiet. I'm a fisherman, where I fish for big carp around the UK, and because of my work, I've put that off for a number of years now. But only in the move, I discovered all the gear. I forgot I had this, I forgot I had that, and before you know it, I've got a whole room full of fishing gear. And I thought to myself, do you know what? I just need a little bit of a break. I'm going to go out. I'm going to go fishing. And the moment I got to the lake, the wildlife, the fish, I realised that I don't take time for me. I'm always in this manufactured environment. If I'm not answering emails, I'm answering texts, or I'm doing sit-ins, or I'm on a platform, or I'm teaching. Everything is about the spirit world. My entire world, my entire reality is the spirit world. And I realised 2 days into my fishing excursion that I need this back in my world. I need this to come back into my life. And the moment I recognised that, I felt like I had my sensitivity back under control. Now, I'm not saying this as my story. All of you will go through this heightened state of awareness because you are developing it. You're constantly looking for it. Whether you're a medium that is just embarking on the spiritual journey and you're just starting circle, you will want to do circle more than once a week. It'll become twice a week. It'll become 3 times a week. If you're someone that's trying to get out there and you're trying to do platform work, at the drop of a hat, you'll take a cancellation. You'll do the platform that's local or maybe not so local. Plus, you'll do your circle. Maybe you do a little bit of teaching, so a little bit of teaching will be involved. And if you're not doing any of those things, you're thinking about it, or you're reading about it, or you're researching it, or you're watching YouTube for videos. You are constantly switching this heightened state of awareness on. And so in another video, I will look at the open close. I know I've already done a couple, but I've received so many emails about it that I will try and cover it from another angle. But simply because your intent is look for the spirit world, you are going to find it in every aspect, whether that be in your immediate reality or through your heightened state of awareness. This is something that's going to play havoc with your everyday. And so you need to notice the slightest change and then implement something that can counterbalance it, because it needs balance. Every good medium out there will talk about how you need to give it the balance. And for me, I needed silence, I needed wildlife, I needed the elements, and for me that was fishing. And so I have now implemented that back into my world, and now I'm feeling a little bit more like myself again. So I thought it was important that it needs to be done. Again, I apologise that I haven't uploaded recently. I'm going to do a batch of videos on the back of this one. I will try and get a couple of weeks ahead with the hundreds of emails that I'm going through. So if you're new to the channel, don't forget to subscribe, because there'll be lots there. Also, if you're new, the regular viewers will know that if they drop a comment about an idea or their way of doing things, I create a video to back up their idea, or give a counter argument to the idea, maybe look at it from this approach. So don't forget to subscribe, hit that notification bell for any recent upload so you don't miss any, and I'll see you all next time.